Alright, another season, another review. There'll be good, bad, and shitty opinions. I want to wait till the Misfit Kingdom anime end, and also the Yuri anime, but it doesn't look like that the Yuri anime will end yet. Demon Slayer Season 5, or the training arc, it's okay. Just basic training. The next season / arc might look good with how they ended. Konosuba is good. Kaiju no 8 is good. Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2 is good. Slime Isekai Season 3. So far it's not looking that good. Boku no Hero Season 7 is good. Windbreaker, it's alright. I do like the 1v1 tournament. I'm not a fan of the MC, of his weakness towards making new friends or people complimenting him, which feels off for me, because, you know, his backstory of him making no friends. A lot of people, they compare this to Tokyo Revengers, but to me, I think Tokyo Revengers is better. I would say Windbreaker only wins by the fighting, but Tokyo Revengers has a better story, and that matters to me because story should be the first priority. If there's no story, and it becomes boring or dumb, and then, you know, it becomes uninteresting. Tokyo Revengers has some fighting-ish, so overall it's better to me. Furries. 7th Prince Reincarnation. This one feels good to me because I like the OP MC with magic and stuff. It's alright for some people. The turnoff for me is that they made the MC a trap, which I don't know why, but like they made him super feminine. Like shoulders are just kids, and then they'll eventually grow up sometimes, or sometimes you can distinguish them for being a boy. I feel like this character was fetishized-ish. I'd rather be an Astolfo fan than this character, but I can ignore all of that. Also, this is not an isekai, but a reincarnation, which a lot of people mix up with. Misfit Kingdom Season 2 Part 2. Basically, I don't know much about this anime or this part or season. It got confusing to me, and I think the story fell off. I definitely didn't like that a whole new underground world is just discovered and no one knew about it. I think that's when it felt like it went downhill. Part 1 was at least better and made more sense, I think. I mean, for the first part, I did like that the plot of one of the girls was evil. The Lv2 Cheat anime or whatever, it's okay. To be honest, it felt boring sometimes. Also, it's a isekai. The Archdemon Dilemma, boring romance, or rather, there was barely any romance. This anime feels very similar to Konyaku, where the MC is OP and is trying to build up to the romance of the heroine. And they also have magic powers. The Power Rangers anime. I think this is okay, but to me the story feels good. I think it was the direction that felt weird. I definitely didn't like the pacing of the training part where the MC took place of the good guy who wants the Rangers and does people to be good friends. A lot of people did describe or compare this anime to The Boys because of the similar plot, but of how the direction it is going, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, it is good. It is a good story though. monster. It's boring and fast paced. It's so fast paced that it goes all over the place, and the power he gets from eating stuff are irrelevant. The abilities he gets isn't important and not really worth pausing to read or remember what he is gaining. I would say the only good thing was the beginning. The wildest thing I ever seen was that he impregnates 5 human women, and the anime shows they are getting pregnant by showing their bellies growing bigger and bigger in a second. It's just weird and crazy. Like you had to see it. It's hard to describe it, but you have to see it. Also, it's Isekai, some magical school or magical academy. I think that's what it's called. Jiisan Baasan, wholesome, good anime. There's some wholesome comedy to it. Reincarnated Aristocrat. I think I enjoyed it. I did like his kid face more, like I'm talking about the first half of the anime. Also, there's some nice fan service from the weird growth spurt from the mage. I think it's alright for some people. Also, it's Isekai. Unnamed Memory. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and didn't feel like watching it. I thought to myself that it wouldn't go anywhere, or like the story. They like idol stuff or music. I think I didn't bother to watch this. Romance. The New Gate. I really like the story of not being able to getting out of the game and then being isekai 500 years into the game, or 500 years later into the game. So like a Seiyo 2.0 type stuff. I really enjoyed the hook or the first half of the anime. Like he is the OP MC and nobody knows that. The sad part about this is that its quality dropped really hard and it got boring. Well, I think that it got boring after they started to travel, like when they go to another country, or like when they move their base into their inventory. The animation got really worse, where they would look weird, but it didn't matter to me. Also, it's an isekai. The Yozakura Family. I think it's good to me. It's not bad. Yuru Camp Season 3. It's okay. I think this season it fell off. There's not enough camping related stuff. It is Yuru Camp, so it's good. But it felt like I wasn't satisfied with the season. Whisper Love Song, or Whisper Me a Love Song. I think that's what it's called. I watched it because of the Yuri, and because why not? To be honest, it's not similar or comparable to the other Yuri animes like Bloom Into You and that Adachi anime, and also that Citrus anime. The Yuri in this feels dry and basic. I think it could have been a straight relationship and it would have been the same. What got interesting to me was actually the side characters' drama / Yuri. Aki, the blonde chick, and the blue or violet hair girl that likes her. Both of them that got me interested, which started like at the half of the anime. Mysterious Disappearances. I think this show is alright, but I think there's much to it other than like the ghost plot. I think those were good, but the execution is alright. It's not quite the same as like Dark Gathering. The ending was confusing, but it didn't matter to me. Also, it was a happy ending, I guess. The girl was able to go back to her homeland. I think that's Black Butler. I think God's Game is alright. I wouldn't recommend watching this because it involves games. Most of the games would be made up easily or have no logic for the sake of advancing the story or plot. Not only that, the games will be irrelevant as the games are original and that they will be played once. The anime has its own plot where the characters have to guess or figure out the rules of the game with the clues they got, meaning the rules are hidden. I think that part is stupid because it's a cheap way to show them they are smart, and it shows that the games don't really have relevancy where like we don't know what's it about and we don't relate to it and stuff. It becomes whatever. There are some mix-ups like mix-up of rules of games you already know or played and stuff, but that's only like 2 or 3 games. The only game that stuck out to me was the first game with the mix of freeze tag and reverse side. Not really the first. That's not really the first because both the MC played the memory game, but I don't think that counts because that was just an intro to the anime. I think the worst game was the board card game where they had to advance and also play cards because knowing the cards don't matter, so they'll use or say some random card for the sake of them winning. I see that a lot of people compare this to Liar Liar, and I actually like that one more. I actually prefer Liar Liar where they fully explain the rules, so at least there's some understanding to the plot in which give us time to think and I guess make us intrigued. I don't know. Or like it at least makes me get into the games. Not only that, they are human and the plot is just them racking up. Maybe something like Kakeguru, however you say it, where money is important in that anime, if I remember. In God's Game, there are gods apparently that the humans play with, but they also have powers. Which also, the weird thing is that the MC barely uses his power. Most of the time, it's just him playing the game. More music. I was gonna watch this, but I was like, eh. Music. The Banished former hero. This was ass. To be honest, I don't really remember much. I think I just remember that the MC family are the bad guys and that they made a deal with demons or like they collab with them. Then the MC gotta stop them and such. The characters don't matter because they are introduced in a way that the audience should already know who they are, which later they would introduce their backstory later, but I think it feels irrelevant at that point. Also, the Banished stuff they did at the start feels irrelevant as it didn't have much of an impact. Shuumatsu Train. I think it's a really good anime. Also, it's an original, which usually that they don't do good. I really like the adventure of them going through each stations and each station are its own plot. It reminds me of like that Majo Witch anime or Kino no Tabi. I also like the characters. Their interactions and their personality brings the anime up a notch and it makes it interesting to me. Like they add in some silly humor to it because they're like kids or teenagers. Not sure how old they are. Kind of forgot. I just know that they are in school. The story is kind of weird, and same with the ending to this, but I don't really care about it. Kenka Dokugaku manhwa. Basically, it's basically YouTube boxing. It's okay. There's nice fighting. The story is kind of iffy though. One Room. I watched it because it had the name One Room. If you know, then you know. It was really boring the first few episodes, but good thing it got interesting after the girls he meets reveals their secret and that they aren't human. It would have been boring to me if it was just the angel and like with a human harem. This anime reminds me of the Jitsu anime, or it's called Actually I Am, with the girls being not human and that they have supernatural secrets. Blue Archive. Connie or Connie. Salad Bow. Interesting reverse isekai. I really like the interactions of each character and the humor. I think it's okay for some people because it's kinda like a slice of life. The MC don't really use much of her superpowers. I think it's more of enjoying the MC and another character living in our world. The Fable, it's good. The voice acting radio, it's okay. The two MC and their interactions are nice. Not bad, but I think after half of the anime, it got weird to me. After the doxing part or whatever, it got uninteresting to me. Duke of Death Season 3. I think it's okay. I would say it's good because of the happy ending. I think not enough romantic stuff, and I think the fight was weird to me. Vampire stuff. I don't want to get started with this. I went to a deep dive. I never knew this type of stuff existed. Sports. Looks like history or Chinese anime. Astro Note. Okay, anime. There are some humor here and there. I'm not a fan of the male MC and his romantic plot, especially with his misunderstandings. The story is alright. Slice of life stuff. I think. Sports. Token Rambo. I didn't bother to watch this because I did saw the other Token Rambo anime and it was It was mid. Didn't like it that much, so I didn't watch this version. Sports. Idol. More sports. I should watch this. Mecha. I don't think mechas are good anymore. Probably. Dungeon Meshi. I decided to watch it, and watching it made me remember the panels I read for the manga. I like the animation, and it's also made by Trigger. What made me like this series was that the story is really good, and it's not even the main story of it. It's supposed to be cooking, but there's more to it. Tsuki got Michi. It's okay, but I still liked it. I definitely liked the parts where they brought or showed the other heroes. That's what I enjoyed more, and hoping the MC would interact with them, since the MC knows one of them, or both. I forgot. Also, Isekai. I heard this fell off. Look at my butt dance. Also, it's an Isekai.